Hello my lovelies, this is Candy Cyanide. Welcome back to my channel, and I am your friendly neighborhood BeYou Witch, here with a video today about BeYou herbs. Now this will hopefully be a very short video. I'm just going to do a basic run through of like the entire herbal process, or really everything to do with herbs. They're not super difficult, it's just there are a couple of learning curves that I had to take, so I thought I'd share them with you guys. That way, you know, you don't make the same mistakes I did, and also that you don't end up, you know, buying stuff that you don't need, etc., etc. So this is actually funny. If I seem a little like out of it, I've actually tried to do this video like at least 10 times, and I actually had a full video recorded, but turns out I had some false information in it, so I had to do the whole thing over. But anyway, I'm gonna jump right into it. First things first, I'm gonna kind of address the elephant in the room. BeYou herbs are expensive. So normally a 1 pack of seeds will cost you 25 linden, which is not terrible at all. That's perfectly fine. But for BeYou herbs, one seed packet will cost you 175, which is like, wow. And in a way, I kind of get it. Each herb harvest does give you 10 uses of it, but at the same time, it is pretty expensive, unless you know you have a job in Second Life or a successful business, yada yada. I do not. So there's that. And honestly, I feel like that's why a lot more people aren't into herbs, but that's neither here nor there. I just wanted to get that out of the way. So if you decide to do herbs, be prepared for that. The second thing I want to go over are the uses for herbs. Just kind of like in real life, BeYou herbs are used for both magical and medical properties. And that is to say, they're used in BeYou magic, and they're also used in BeYou pharmaceuticals, which I think only me and like one other person does magic, so there's that. Now, they're also used for like kitchen herbs, for cooking, of course, and that'll be like your parsley, your cilantro, all of that good stuff. I want to say they may be used for paints, but don't quote me on that. I want to say paints are mostly flowers that you use, so yeah, there's that. I don't know, that's kind of the lowdown on herbs as far as its uses and everything. And the next thing I'm going to go over is the different herb tables, and we're going to get up and I'm going to go over there and show you that. Let me put this tea up so I can get to work. Alright, we're going to walk right over here, and these are the herb tables, and you'll notice I have 3 completely different ones. And actually, these are all the herb tables available. Now, I did not intend to buy all 3. So, don't go in thinking that you need all 3 of these. Really, you only need 1. But the reason I have all 3, I'm going to kind of get into in a second. But I'm going to show you the different ones. This is kind of your basic BeYou herb table. As in, this is the one you actually get from the BeYou sim that is made specifically by, you know, the BeYou staff. And this one right here is quite clearly a double potting table, and it's just to, you know, hold more room. And this one is another single BeYou herb table, and this one is the ones made by the community members. So the reason I have all 3 of these is because this one actually lacks a menu that I need. So I'm going to sit on it and show you really quick. So if I sit on this and I click the menu, you will see a couple of options here, but mainly option 1 and option 2. And there is supposed to be an option 3 for cut herbs, and that is how you package those. But as you can see, it is not there. But if I sit on this one made by a community member, let me get the camera over here. If I sit on this one made by a community member, you will see that that third option is there. Now, kind of a disclaimer, I actually talked to someone and they said that they actually talked to someone who, one of the creators of BeYou, and they told him that the basic herb tables that you get from the BeYou sim should have this third option. And he was actually really upset about it. He was like, I used to be able to do this, why can't I do it now? And I kind of told him, like, hey, someone in the community told me about this. And he contacted the creators and they said it's supposed to be there. Now, I don't know if this is just an issue for certain players. I don't know if it's like some kind of glitch, because the guy that I talked to also said that he didn't have this third option until he bought an herb table from another community member. And I checked my other herb table like 7 times to like double check, because I don't want to spend money that I don't need to. But that option wasn't there. So again, I don't know if it's just a glitch that certain players have or if it's outdated. I don't know. So my advice would be, just get an herb table made by a player. Now, they're a little bit more expensive, of course. This one I want to say I only got for like $250, which isn't bad at all, because I think I paid, let me cut off my communication here. So this one actually wasn't too expensive. This one was about $250, and I got it from the that lumber store next to B-Mart. Like I said, that one wasn't too expensive, because I've seen ones made by players that are like $400, $450, which I understand. I mean, with anything you build, you gotta buy supplies, you gotta buy paints, you gotta buy tools, etc., etc. So I understand the high cost, but again, I try to spend as less as I can. But I kind of lost track of my thoughts there. I think that's all I wanted to say, actually. But yeah, just save yourself the trouble. Just buy one from a user. It's not bad, and then you'll be helping a community member, which is great. So the story behind this other one, the double one. So I actually, when I found out the thing about the BeYou users, I was like, cool, I can, contact one of my friends, Lachelle. Shout out to Lachelle Gennaro. I was like, cool, I can get her to build me one. So I commissioned her for this one, and I actually prefer to do that because, like, I actually prefer to play BeYou the way it was kind of supposed to be played. Not so much about making lindens, but about, the community, this, that, and the other. But I commissioned her for this, and she contacted me, and she was like, okay, do you want a single or a double? And I was like, okay, well, I got 3 herb potting soil, so hey, I'll do a double. And I commissioned her for that one, and I got it, and tried to sit on it. But as you see, you sit on it. There's like no option for potting or packaging or any of that goodness. So unless you just want it for decoration, save yourself the trouble. Don't get the double potting soil. I would just get like an herb stand from the marketplace. It'll probably be a little bit cheaper. But if you're one of those people where you like to have like one of everything, then hey, I am not gonna fault you for that. Go ahead and do you, boo-boo. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is about the herb tables, the different tables. The next thing I'm going to kind of go over are the different forms for the herbs. Now, when you get the herbs, you can get them either out of your farmer scale or your composter. And what they'll do is they'll come in a little, kind of like a little packet. And then you can also get cut herbs, which is basically what it says is cutting the herbs down into different individual uses. Like I said, all herbs come with 10 uses. So when you cut them, you're basically cutting those 10 into however many you want. You can do 1, you can do 5, you can do 10. You can also do 20 if you have extra cut up. That's how you can package them, pretty much like anything else. And I am not facing the camera. Sorry. Oh my gosh, why do you turn? Why is that a thing that I'm doing? But anyway, what was I saying? Now, I want to say that pharmaceuticals and maybe some spells specifically call for cut herbs. So that's another thing to keep in mind. The other kind of herb usage is dry herbs. And these are mostly, well, you use them for some spells and then you use them for kitchen uses. That'll be like your basil, your cilantro, all of that stuff, because most of that stuff calls for dry herbs, and that is what you would use that for. The other kind of form that herbs take are the potted herbs, and I love how they look. They're actually very, very pretty, and that's one of the main reasons I was so, heck bent on getting the correct herb table. Because I had kept getting my harvest and I was like, why are my harvests in like these little bitty little, what am I trying to say? These little bitty little packets. I've seen them in potting soils and they're so much prettier. And that is how they look. Like I said, they're so much prettier. I was like, this will look so much better in the store. And I tried to do that, but a word of caution. These potted herbs, you cannot use them pretty much. They're pretty much there for decoration. Now you do have one use out of them, and that is for a stat boost. But again, that's only one use, and then they're pretty much useless after that. So that is just a fair bit of warning, because I ended up potting up like 3 of them, not knowing that, and so they're pretty much useless. And like I said, it's only one use for the stat boost, so I don't really get this. It seems like a waste of linen to me personally. But, for other people it might be fine. I think there are better ways to get stat boosts though. So there is that. I wanted to make sure I let you know that, because again, I made a bunch of mistakes from that. But I'm actually going to cut some herbs today to put in my shop, and I think I'm gonna do the red safflower, sorry, because I think I got a little bit extra of those that are like non-kitchen herbs. So in order to do that, you're going to first, well, let me show you first. So if I sit there, or if I sit on the table and I click fresh herbs, you see I only have chamomile, even though I actually have herbs in my assets online. So the only way the herbs are going to appear on the menu in this is that you have to actually res them and store them in your assets. So I got a red safflower harvest. And I don't even know if I said that right. Let me clarify again. Like, if they're in your harvest, like you just picked them, they're in your harvest online, you haven't touched them, you haven't pulled them out of the farmer's scale or the composter, then they will not appear in the menu on this table. So you have to actually res them out and then store them, which of course will put a expiration date on them. But after you do that, I'm going to sit here click fresh herbs, and you'll see that it has appeared on the menu. I'm going to click that. Then I'm going to go over to cut herb, and I'm only going to cut one because I only have one. And there we go. I'm working on that. Alright. So we're going to go back to main menu, and you'll see that that fresh herb has disappeared. It is now under cut herbs. So I'll click that, and there is my red safflower cut. And again, I can package it in 1s, 5s, 10s, or 20s, depending on how much I have. And again, one herb gives you 10 uses. I'm sorry if I'm like rambling a lot. I'm trying to make sure I go over everything, and also it's super early. So there's that. Now, I just wanted to show you again why this is kind of important, because you can't actually cut the herbs on this table, because I was a little bit confused about that. I thought you couldn't even, I thought that third menu was to actually cut the herbs as well, but it's not. It's just to package the cut herbs. So if you go here to fresh herbs, I'm going to click my chamomile. I can actually cut the herbs from this table, but I will have no way to package them. Like, literally no way to package them. You can't use the farmer's scale. You can't use the compost for cut herbs. You have to use the herb table. So again, I would just kind of stress that you just get a user-made one. And I showed you the little seed packet. Pretty much when you use cut herbs, they're going to be packed that way as well. So there's that. The last thing I'll show you is kind of the kitchen herbs, or the dried herbs, and that let me just go to my workshop here. Okay. Open sesame. Alright. So, sorry for rambling. Again, it's super early and I'm trying to make sure I go over everything. But this right here is your herb dehydrator, and this is what you'll use to dry your herbs. And I'll go ahead and do that for some of my kitchen herbs. Also, sorry, I know I can just search for things, but I don't like to. Don't ask me why. I don't like searching in my what am I trying to say? I don't like searching in my inventory. Oh, that's one of the potted plants that I made that I can't use anymore. I didn't even know that was in there. Sorry, guys. Let me put that in my to-sell folder. And we're going to do some more oregano. And I actually use the Cuban oregano a lot, so this is going to be helpful. I'm going to store it in my assets. And now that that's done, I'm going to sit here, click start. I'm going to load my herbs, and we're going to do the oregano. And we're going to do one, because we only got one in our assets right now. Confirm. And that's going to take about 30 minutes to finish. And once you do that, it will load up into your assets online. And then, of course, you would just go back to your herb table, and then you would package it under the processed herb menu. So, that is about it as far as BeYou herbs. I think I went over everything. The only other thing that I kind of wanted to go over, it's not really involving herbs. It's involving, just BeYou harvest in general. If you res out herbs, no, if you res out harvest or you keep them in your assets, they will expire. The way you can keep them from expiring is you get it out of either your compost or your farmer scale, and you put them in your inventory and you don't res them out at all. You just keep them in your inventory and they will not expire. And I'm kind of saying this to kind of clarify, because like I've heard people say this before, but I was kind of, I kind of didn't understand it. So I had stuff that was in my assets, and by assets I mean, the stuff on your BeYou website that when you first harvest it, if I'm making any sense at all, I'm sorry. I thought if they stayed there and I didn't res them out in world that they would be fine, but no, they will expire if they stay in your assets online. So get them out of either your compost or your farmer scale and put them in your inventory and they will be fine. And another kind of little trick, if you have a harvest that's about to go bad in your assets, if you have them in there and they're about to go bad, pull them out by either your farmer scale or your composter, and that will kind of reset the expiration date, as long as you do not res it in world. So when you get it out of your farmer scale or your composter, it will be sent directly to you. Just keep it in your inventory, don't res it in world, and you'll be fine. So yeah, that is all I've got. Sorry I got a little rambly there at the end. And I hope you all enjoyed. I hope it wasn't too confusing or anything. And if you don't want to do the herbs, don't have the time, don't have the lending for it, feel free to contact me. I pretty much stock all herbs, as many as I can. I do have a little stall on the O'Fallon Market, I want to say it's called. And I will actually go there right now and show you guys, and I'll leave a link in the description, of course. Alright, so here's my little market stall. Haven't done a lot of decorating yet, I'll get to that soon, but as you can see, I mostly do the herbs. I've got some herbs up here. I want to say this is some cut herbs. Yeah, cut aloe that I got upside down, which is expiring, which I got it on sale. And I got like your kitchen herbs. These are dried herbs, just the organic type. Oh, and I meant to actually touch up on this. The dry herbs are pretty useful. I sell them in small quantities because in the store they're like, I want to say they're 20 linden, which isn't bad at all. The problem with that is they only come in a 20 pack, and I don't know about you guys, but I typically don't use 20 uses before they expire. So they just kind of go to waste. So I sell them in smaller quantities. I have like ones, I got 5s, I got 10s, and some 20s. And that's just to make things easier on people. I also got a couple of logs here, and pretty soon I'll have like cut wood and chopped wood as well. But if you need that, you can always contact me. And I don't have all the herbs that I have in stock out, just because I don't want them to expire, because again, they are pretty pricey, and if I don't sell them, then they're just going to waste. But if you ever need something in particular, just click my little witch's basket here, and it will give you an herb list of everything that I have in stock right then. And I do have a little note about, giving me time. If you need them cut, I will cut them for you for no extra charge. And actually, let me update the list, because I just cut that safflower. I keep saying that wrong. I don't know why. But I'm going to delete that and add the new one. Alright, and you guys got an updated list of everything I have available. Let me just make sure it works. Okay. But yeah, you can click the little witch's basket. Contact me. My name is Candy Fairy in World. You can also just use this little board right here to send me an IM or a note card and let me know what you need. Again, I will cut them or dry them for no extra charge. Just, allow for the time. Cutting won't take long, but drying does take 30 minutes. So allow about 30 minutes to get everything packaged up. And all my prices are very fair. I'm not with one of those people that, mark up the prices like absorbently, because I've seen that happen a lot in BU, which is kind of sad. Like, I understand you want to get your linen back and make a profit, but some people are just kind of ridiculous with it. But anyway, yeah, I got that. And like I said, I got wood. I do everything but lumber for right now. I also do tools. I do have a blacksmith forge. I do the pickaxe, the saw, all of that good stuff. I'll probably do more stuff later, but just contact me if you need anything. And again, I won't overcharge you. And I also give discounts for people that buy in bulk, and I'm also open to trading. But yeah, for now, that is like everything. I'm sorry I did a little shill there at the end. But like I said, I don't get a lot of business just because I don't put myself out there that much. Because I'm pretty shy when it comes to Second Life. But anyway, I'm rambling again. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope this was informative to you. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Alright, love you. Bye. Do y'all want to see my little baby chickies? I just called them home.
When was the first time you heard a naughty word?
Oh, they're so cute. Oh my god. And I gave them Namekian names since I ended up calling the coop Planet Namek. If you don't know what Planet Namek is, I don't know what you're doing with your life. But, oh, they woke up. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. Babies, oh my gosh, you need to eat. You need to eat and drink. Sabika. Shabika, go eat. Go eat, please. Eskra, go eat. You need food. Oh my gosh, if I can click on this. It's so hard to click on the chicks. Eskra. Eskra, stop running from me. Go eat, baby. Sabika, did that help you at all? Sabika, go eat. Oh my gosh, babies, eat, please. The food is there for you to eat. Eat, my darling. Oh, look at them. You're so cute. I don't know why Sabika just doesn't want to eat. Sabika, go eat, baby. I don't know. She's stubborn. Is that one of her traits? Is she just stubborn? Sabika. She's bold. Level grungy. I don't know what that means. Sabika, are you okay, darling? Go eat. Go eat, baby. Oh my gosh, Sabika! I don't know if this is a glitch or what, but she does not want to eat. Will you at least drink some water then? I'm like seriously concerned. Well, she's finally eating, I think, anyway. Escra. Escra, okay, you ate, now you need water. Go drink water. Oh, look at you, you're such a good boy. Oh, Escra, so cute. Sabika, honey, I don't know what to tell you. This is not what this video is about. I'm sorry, guys. Bye.